So today I'm finally going to get on it with the dismantling of the original, I think it's a 29cc dynamite motor and the Losi 5T. So we're going to take it out, and then we're going to start prepping for the new engine, see what I need. So what I'm trying to do is get in here and get these off. So these are going to have Loctite on them. I think I used the red Loctite. We'll see if they come off. Wow. Okay, they're not supposed to come off that easy, but probably had a leak there for a while. See if the other side comes off that easy. Yeah, this has been the problem with that pipe. Is just really hard to get in there, so always had to use this little bitty guy here. We'll get it started here, and we'll just kind of go from there. About the best I can do. Maybe I can get underneath it now and get a little better bite on it. Barely. But it is working, so. There we go. The more you loosen it, the better it's going to get. Because it's able to kind of twist the pipe around a little bit. Well, bolt's not really that important. We'll leave it in there. So that's basically all you do to pull this out. And it looks like it is locked in there, so that's cool. It can stay in there. Set to the side for now. Keep all my bolts together. That's what I like to do. So what I'll do is I'll take the other bolt and I'll screw it back into the gasket as well, so it can stay where everything else is. Now I'll set this to the side. Now, this does give you a pretty good opportunity to look at the inside of this cylinder to kind of see, you know, what's going on inside there, or if anything has gotten in there, what have you. So I'm going to look in there just a little tiny bit. Okay. That looks pretty good. Honestly, it doesn't look terrible. So we're going to save this engine anyway. That's the only reason I was kind of taking a peek at it. Now, some other things that we'll need to do is we're going to have to disconnect our fuel. There we go. I was afraid I was going to actually have an issue with it. So we're going to set this to the side, kind of tuck it under, so hopefully it does not leak. Something similar to that. And I'm going to tilt it, get underneath here, and get these screws. Okay, there's two. Let me go ahead and get those out. One. Two. And there's these little pieces in there. I can't remember what the hell they're called. We'll dig those out in a minute. Man, this thing's kind of heavy. So I got to get the ones up here on the top. Okay. Those are loose anyway. Jerk these things out. I like to make sure that I keep my bolts all in one area. That's for something else, so I'll put it to the side over here. And that way I know what I'm working on and which bolts go to what. Just my own little organizational nightmare mess that I do. Okay. Now comes the easier part. See how it just kind of pulls up? Now we're going to do two things before we really get too crazy with it. Number one, take its arm off. Now I don't want to strip this because I'm saving this engine. So I'm going to need this arm. So I took the screw out, took the arm off, and then I'm basically taking it off of the actual arm itself, and then I'm going to put the linkage arm back on the motor. We'll leave the linkage to the side so that hopefully we don't have to mess with the linkage too much, at least as far as the servo side goes. Now we're most likely going to have to mess with the linkage anyway, but you might get lucky, you never know. And then we'll get this bottom line off just by twisting it and pulling. Again, it's on a barb fitting, so be careful with it. There you go. And again, we're going to tuck this one up and under, just like we did on the other one there, just to kind of make sure nothing's going to spill out anywhere. And that's the engine removal. So let's see if the top here is what it says it is. So it says Cheng Yang. It is a 4-bolt head. This says Dynamite on the side here. It says Cheng Yang. It has a Walbro carburetor. It is a hold on a minute, that's not the carburetor. Where's it at? 990. So it's a 990 carburetor. Okay, those are really cool. Look at the intake thing here. I forget what they call that. It's pretty thick. So we may need those pieces, not sure. But here you can kind of take and move your pull string, see if there's anything getting caught inside there, which I do have a little bit of grass and stuff in there. I'm probably going to need this whole piece right here, this whole setup. So we're going to kind of set it to the side for right now, get the car cleaned up, and then when I get this video on the next part, we're going to try to look at some fitment and stuff, but we'll get the engine out right now, kind of see what we think we need, and go from there. But first things first, let's get it kind of cleaned out a little bit here. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not one for, you know, cleaning everything out 100% because it's going to get dirty. It is a truck. I'm totally understanding of that. I just don't want stuff to get in where the threads and stuff should be. This is what we're putting on. Obviously we're taking that off. ESP modified. It's a Raceport 32 and the carburetor has on it's 1107. It's a modified 1107. So that should work out really well with this setup. It is a 4-bolt head. Just making sure everything's on there the way it should be. Oh yeah, that's going to be nice. Okay, so let me get all this stuff out of the way. And like I said, we're not going to install it right this second. I want to go over a couple things here with it. Show you what we have to do to make this work. So, and this thing I think is going to make some really good power. So this is what I had bought. This is the pipe that I bought, guys. And it goes on there, I think it sits something like that, or yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Sits, I don't know, somewhere around there, something like that, I don't know. I'll figure that part out here later. So we do need this. So there's 4 bolts here. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off because that's obviously something that we're gonna need. See how much my clutch is worn down versus the new clutch here. That's got quite a bit of meat on it. So that's pretty interesting for me to see. All right, so I've switched to outside. And the reason I've done that is because I need to clean that with some brake parts cleaner, carb choke cleaner, something. So I do have carb choke cleaner. So we're gonna hit it with some of that. Kind of give it a good soaking. Okay, we got the compressor on and it's kind of loud, as you can tell. So just hit it with a little bit of air. It doesn't have to be this big forceful air. Kind of move it around a little bit so you get in all the pieces. There you go. Shut this off. Here we go. Shut that noisy thing off. And basically what I was doing here was I was just kind of rotating it a little bit to getting all the grooves and stuff there, just to make sure I got everything blown out. So this is ready to go onto the new motor. We'll see how far we get in the next video. But yeah, this is going to be awesome. I can't wait. Just wanted to show all the processes here. I know I've been asked a lot on online forums and stuff, how do you do this? What's that? And some people may not know. So I just felt that it was important when I'm doing this to just kind of throw it all in there. That way they can see the whole process. Again, my process doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. This is how I do it. So thanks, guys. Look forward to the next one here, and however many parts it takes to get through this, we're going to have a badass machine when we're done. So hell yeah.